Welcome to Conversations with Spirit, where we dive deep into the mystical and enchanting realms of spirituality. I'm your host, spiritual medium Lauri Albert, and together with special guests, we explore a world of spiritual insights and experiences, as well as offer captivating mediumship and oracle card readings. Tune in for enlightening conversations that will uplift your soul and expand your consciousness. Awesome. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Conversations with Spirit.
Hello.
I am so thrilled about my guest tonight, you guys. I have been talking you up all week. I'm like, I kept saying to all my friends, this show is going to be one for the books.
100%.
One of my dear friends who I've known for probably about 5 years now.
Yeah.
Her name is JessBInspired, and if you're on Instagram and you're into the woo of that we all are, you will know her. You should know her. Jess is a Reiki master, but she's not just a Reiki master. She's a teacher. And she also has an online crystal shop, which I can't wait to talk all about tonight, because that to me is like, I think that a lot of the people that are watching tonight are going to be really thrilled about that part.
Yes.
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 And then she is a very strong psychic and very strong medium, and she's just got it going on. I am so excited that you're here. Thank you so much for joining tonight, Jess.
I just love you, Lauri, and I'm honored when you asked for me to come on this beautiful next journey that you are having conversations with spirit with so many people. And I just think that you are not only a teacher of mine, a mentor, but a dear friend. And I cannot be more honored and grateful to be in your presence always.
Oh, gosh, I feel the same way about you. Look at us
Mhm.
fangirling. That's what happens on this show.
That's what
Fangirl.
happens. Yeah. When we raise other women up, we raise ourselves, right?
Yes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. We have got a ton of people watching on Instagram, and we're still logging into Facebook and YouTube. And I'm really excited to, I'm just going to jump right in because, oh my gosh, Jess, we have so much that I want to ask you.
Yay. Yes.
For those that don't know you, I need to tell you guys that, there are Reiki masters, but I'm going to call you, I'm making this up. You're like a spiritual Reiki master.
Thank you.
In my head, you're like a spiritual Reiki master, because the way you do things, I've never, or at least I can't recall ever being around a Reiki master that is as spiritually guided as you are. And
Thank you
I
so
love
much.
your lives on Instagram are just absolutely amazing. Absolutely
Thank
amazing.
you.
So here's my question to you before we jump into like all the stuff about Reiki and crystals and stuff, because I have so many questions about crystals.
Yes.
But but I'm curious, um how did you, and I feel like I should know this, but how did you realize that you had intuitive or healing like gifts? How did that come about for you?
So I'm gonna be completely transparent. And I wish that I had like this really cool story that like ever since I was 3 that I just knew that I was connected to spirit. For me, it was a different journey of always having a beautiful mother and sister that really were so in my corner of exposing me to a lot of different healing modalities and always encouraging me to pursue anything that was intuitively creative. But really what happened was is in 20 it was about 2016. It was a year into my sister who has ascended. She passed in 2018 from breast cancer. I was on a journey where I was meditating every day. This was before I became a certified meditation teacher with David G. And during my meditation, just one day, I heard from spirit, go do Reiki. And at the time, I actually thought that it could involve a rake. I wasn't, I had no idea. I was like, what are we like? raking people? Like, what's the vibe here? And, but I said, I was on such a really beautiful point of my spiritual journey of just being so open and so ready to explore whatever I was just being intuitively guided with. And so I asked a friend of mine if they had known any Reiki masters in this area that I could maybe learn from. And then I learned Reiki. And it was really interesting because as soon as I got level 2 certified, because level 1 is really for self healing, it's for you. Or your friends, or infusing, your food, or providing it for your pets. Level 2 is to be a practitioner and really be professional. And then level 3 is really if you want to be a Reiki master or teach it. And so at that time, as soon as I got Reiki level 2 certified, my teacher was like, "You're ready to go," and then just started hiring me and just put me like threw me right into the deep end. And I just started. And ever since I started, that's why I thank you for saying that, I'm a spiritually, guided Reiki master, because I'd always get like channeled messages. So it was really surreal. It was a divine moment of listening to spirit and then following that intuitive hit.
Right. Yeah. And I don't want to dismiss the other Reiki masters that I know
No.
love. It's just, you have just your own individualized take on it. And I don't mean that in a weird way. I mean that in like a totally fantastic way. Like, the first time I ever saw you do Reiki, I was like, my jaw just dropped open, just
Mm,
absolutely amazing. So yeah, I love that. And that led you
yeah.
to, is that what led you? So just so you guys know, we met
Mhm.
through, we're both certified meditation certified masters of wisdom and meditation teachers,
Yes.
CMT. Yeah, I gotta say the whole thing,
It
right?
it's a whole title.
Yeah. But it's so cool because it's, like he would do these like networking things with the teachers, and I was like, I need to know that one, I need to know her.
Aw, that's how I felt about you.
Yeah. Oh
That's
my god.
exactly how I felt about you. I
Yeah.
was like, I need to connect with Lori. I think
Yeah.
that you're like that with mediumship as well. I think that that's the whole thing, is that you don't, be your own spiritual Google. I say that quite often to
Yeah.
all of my, Reiki students. And so I think it's like doing it things your own way. And so I never want to force people. Like, I give you the modality when even teaching Reiki, but it's really like to embrace anybody's intuitive gifts and where they're at, and knowing that it doesn't have to be, a
Yeah.
certain, yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to look a certain way. It's like, here's the tools and the foundation. Take what you want, lovingly leave the rest.
Yeah. Can I hear this? You may not like that I'm going to do this.
No, go for it.
Your it's your, is it your dad, your stepdad? Your dad is like,
He's technically my stepdad, but I call
right,
him my dad because
right.
he is my dad for all intensive purposes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, he is
Yeah.
so, does he come into your readings like all the time? Because he's here. He's like
It's so
standing right next to
interesting.
me.
He is amazing and I love him. I feel like though what's really interesting with both him and my sister is that they kind of pop in at different times. So
Really?
it's like they kind of share the stage, and then my grandmother will sometimes come in, but that's kind of like the vibe of like them, is that like at least for me, it's like I'll either feel really one or the other. It's really interesting. Sometimes I do feel both, but they kind of pop in and out. Yeah.
That
So
is
he
so
obviously
cool.
wants to be here.
Because
Hi, Jay.
while you were talking, I started getting dizzy, and I'm like holding on to the table, going, "Oh, okay." And then I kind of like in my mind's eye, I look over, and I'm like, and it was, I've never met your dad. Like I don't
I think
know
he
your
has
dad.
fun with you though, because he's
Yeah,
come through before for you. I
yeah,
think he really enjoys your energy because you've
yeah.
had some really spot on messages, and he's fun. Yeah, I think he has
He
fun with you.
is loving being with you in everything that
Aw.
you're up to right now. She is, you guys, Jess is up to so much. Tell us
Aw.
about, okay, so you had an online crystal shop, and
Yep.
then you stopped doing it for a little while, and then you
Yep.
started doing it now again. So tell us
So
about that.
yeah, I didn't. So I dropped off the Etsy for a hot second just because I was going through so many different things in my life personally. But I have the online lives, which anybody who's on Instagram, these are my people. We love you. We have these amazing like hour-long lives, usually about once every other month now. It used to be once every month, but it's kind of digressed to like every other month because there's been other things that have been fantastic and keeping me busy. But it's a really beautiful community. And what I think is so great about having it online and doing it live is that you're selecting the crystal, but also you're learning so much. Like my goal is to go through every single crystal is organized by chakras, and I literally break down all the metaphysical healing properties. I even will do crystal readings where I'll pick crystals that are like just like a little bit less expensive pieces that people can then get like a little reading. That's always been my intention with crystals, is to not have them just be something that I'm selling and be a shop, but something that is also very educational, because to me, they've been so powerful and so healing, and I really connect and believe in them. So yeah, so we now have our online, just our lives, and we'll see. I might get back to Etsy. I might try something different. Who knows,
Yeah.
but right now the lives are where it's at. We just had one about 2 weeks ago, and it was a fun, fantastic adventure. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that you guys do that. I just love that you do that. So here's my big question, and I'm seeing some people. So we want to say hello to Joe Steiner. Thank you for coming. And then we
That's
have a
my
whole.
love.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
awesome. Oh, that's so nice. Nice to meet you, Joe. We have a whole bunch of people on Instagram. We've got Soulful Wonder, Jessica, and I mean, there's just a ton of people. I don't want to go through too many, but thank you guys for
Oh,
coming so
thank you
much.
for being here. I love you all.
Autumn sunrise, love that, and be blissfully balanced. Love this.
Yes, another Reiki master.
I didn't know. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
sweetheart. Yep. Yep.
awesome. So here's my first question about, because I my daughter used to work at, and I think I probably told you this before. My daughter used to work at a crystal shop. And so she would come home and I'd
Yes.
be like, okay, so tell me about this again. For some reason, it doesn't stick with me,
Yep.
you know,
I get it. I get it.
right? But
I
so
totally get it.
if you're just starting out on your
Mhm.
journey to awakening, as
Mhm.
so many people, I mean, it is like incredible. Have you been noticing that?
It's
It's like,
it's
it's so
so
exciting.
exciting. It's
Yeah.
so exciting, like, the more, like, one-on-ones that I keep getting, it just makes me feel so happy and proud that people are open to these
Yeah.
different modalities that are providing a different level of energetic care and healing into their life. And beforehand, it would be a thing of, like, somebody would be like, "I don't know anything about Reiki. I don't wanna go see a Reiki master," but now it's like, "I've never tried Reiki, but I'm open," or,
Yeah.
my loved one has passed on, and I really am looking to channel my grief, and they're
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
to you for mediumship. It's just really fascinating to see how the world is opening up. And I think
Yeah.
it's a really exciting time. And we need more spiritual entrepreneurs. Like I am on the journey and the quest of just like, let's keep them growing and help you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's why I think we are on like the same vibe there, because it's so exciting watching people blossom, whatever their age, whether they're 10 or whether they're 80. I mean,
Yes.
it's like, it's so
Yes.
cool. So what crystal, if you could suggest one
Mhm.
crystal, or maybe two, whatever, to
Yeah.
somebody that is really starting to open up,
Hmm.
which crystal
I
would you?
I would recommend, which is so funny because I don't have it in front of me. Of course, it's like I have like so many crystals in front of me, but it's in the back. Where is it? It's in the my cluster. Actually, no, it's so funny. Oh, it is. It's all the way on the right in the back. You probably can't see it, but it's all the way
Oh,
there. Yeah.
ooh, nice.
Um,
Very nice.
yeah. So I would recommend clear quartz. The reason being is because clear quartz, you can literally program it to do anything you want. Perfect. There we go. So clear quartz,
Nobody
it
has
is,
touched this.
huh? You know, and they
Almost nobody has touched this.
that's one thing I will say, that there are certain crystals that you work with other people, let them touch, and then other ones I feel like are just really sacred for me. And so it's interesting that you brought up that point, because I do think that that is actually something to think about when you are working with crystals and how you want to introduce them. There's several ways you can cleanse them, obviously, but clear quartz is the master healer. It helps to amplify any other crystals that you then purchase, let's say afterwards, all of their healing benefits. It aligns all of your chakras, and it's highly programmable, meaning that you could hold it and basically program it to do anything that you want. So if you're looking to bring in more abundance, more material wealth, if you're looking to bring in love, if you are, I'm just going with general topics here.
Yeah.
If you're looking to raise your intuitive energy, clear quartz, you can program it to do anything that you want. And the way that you would do that is just simply hold a crystal, have an intention of what you want to bring into your life. And then when it's done and you feel like that intention has come to fruition into an existence, you can place it underneath the full moon or take some sage and just gently kind of cleanse it and reprogram it to do whatever the next journey that you might be feeling called to be on.
That's so cool. I didn't realize that you could kind of do that.
Yeah, I
I mean, I
call it
don't
a
know why that
crystal
sounds silly, but
activation. No, that's where I think, like, I look at crystals as vitamins, right? It's like, what vitamins, what supplements am I taking in today? So a
yeah.
lot of the times when we first start with crystals, we get very excited because they're absolutely stunning and beautiful. And we carry around, like, even for myself, like a whole bag of them. And you'll notice that when you do that, you can feel all different types of energy because you might have some crystals for grounding, some crystals for opening up your third eye, some for giving you, throat chakra, permission and communication. And so it's really important that you program your crystals to really work with them so that you know when you grab that crystal, what do I need today? What medicine am I like allowing myself to really vibe with and connect with?
Okay, so this is gonna sound really strange, but I hardly ever wear this crystal. It's amber. I don't
Yeah,
even know if amber is really a crystal. I
it is.
literally know
I mean,
nothing about
yes.
crystals.
Yeah.
I know about
No.
clear quartz. That's like it.
Yes.
But what does amber do? What
And
is it good for?
amber's actually really good for healing.
Oh, yay,
And it's
perfect.
really interesting, but that's like one of the main focuses. I mean, obviously, it's going to work within the sacral chakra and helping you to transform, remove some fear, a little bit in the solar plexus. But that's really what amber is good for. It's a very profound crystal for actually, especially to physical healing. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, that's great. I'm gonna wear this all the time then.
yeah, it's really
Where's
good.
yours?
Yeah.
Come on, let's get this rolling.
I know. I used to be obsessed and always drawn to amber. And that's the other thing is see what crystals you are really drawn to.
Yeah.
People will say, oh, which ones, should I purchase or should I get? Or when I'm doing pop-up events. And I'm like, before I even say anything, to the client, I really like them to just kind of just see where, whether it be on a live on Instagram, whether it be again in a pop-up, but just, or if you're going to a crystal store, just because usually 9 times out of 10, you'll pick up a crystal and then, Google it or,
Yeah.
read whatever the description is. And you're like, oh my God, this is exactly everything that I need. Yeah.
Wow, isn't that cool? So it's kind of like you're using your well, obviously, you're using your intuition to, and you know what's so funny as you're saying that, I'm sitting here thinking whenever I go to this crystal shop near me, I'll just like see where I'm drawn. I mean, that's kind
Yep.
of how I do it, but it for some reason it didn't connect that
Yeah.
maybe because I'm drawn to a certain crystal, maybe I need that crystal. So that's
Yeah.
really fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
100%. Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
cool. That's really cool. So does anybody have any questions for Jess? We have
Yeah.
a lot of people listening in, so I'm super
Oh, I
excited.
love it.
Yay.
I'm so excited
So
too.
now's your time to ask some questions. Um,
Yeah.
so at a Sola Scone says, I have some older amber pieces that were my mom's. I have to
Mm.
start wearing them. I know, right? That's like amazing.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
and yeah, and now, this is so cool. That's why this is the kind of information that we should be talking about
Yep.
more often,
100%. a
about
hundred percent.
what
If
we're
you're
drawn to and why.
And not to do a plug, but I will do this plug because it gets
Yeah.
really great reviews. And you actually totally inspired me to create a course on Insight Timer. So Lori was like, you should do courses on Insight Timer. I'm like, oh, I didn't really think about that. And so I did do a course. Serious. Lori was the inspiration behind this course. And so it took me like almost like a year to really record this, but it gets really good reviews and ratings on Insight Timer. It's intro into like crystal, Reiki, and chakra healing. So
Oh
if
my
you're really
gosh.
wanting to like dive deeper into learning about crystals and just their basic,
Yeah.
ways of how to cleanse and really meditate and how you can just kind of notice from their different colors and their different properties what they're really bringing into your life. It's a great course. It's like
Oh,
a
wow.
7-day course and it's about
Mhm.
16 minutes long each lesson, probably 16 to 18.
That
So
is
yeah,
so perfect. And if you guys are like into Insight Timer, I mean, it's an amazing app, right?
yes,
So I would suggest checking it out because
yeah,
I definitely am going to. I didn't know that you
yeah.
did a class on there, so or a course
Well,
on there.
I did because of you.
Yeah.
Seriously, you said
Oh.
do courses, and I was like, all right, let me do it. So that's what happened. So thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
and you know what? It's so cool because there's so much available to us via Insight Timer. You know,
Hmm.
there's a lot of us in, there's a lot that you can get into there. I
Yeah.
also wanted to say though, I actually am part of another spiritual community that is really pretty amazing called evolveme.com. And we're
Yes.
actually
Yes.
live on their YouTube channel right now as well.
Oh
And
wow.
and
Hi.
I
Thank
have
you.
found, you know how, and it's not like that I haven't prior to now vibed with other people or whatever, but
Hmm.
I found a spiritual community that I feel like that unconditionality. Is that even a word? I don't know if that's a word,
I
but
I
I
I,
feel like
I love it. It's a
that
Lori word for this moment. Yes.
unconditional acceptance and love. And it's not like I'm not feeling it anywhere else. I don't mean to diss anybody or anything, but it's like, oh my gosh. So evolveme.com is like such a beautiful, beautiful spiritual community as well.
I'm
And
so excited to check it out.
it's like about everything metaphysical too. So it's kind of cool. But
Love it.
anyway, I had to give that plug in there too.
Yes.
Love
Evolve
it. This
me. I
is
love
just
it.
us, So, and hello, Melinda. There's all kinds of people on here now, so this is really cool.
Oh, that's
All right.
awesome.
I wanted to throw out, does anybody want a reading?
Yeah,
You
let's do
know,
it.
let's like jump right into that. I would love for you to, because you guys, Jess, the way she does readings, oh my
Mm,
gosh. I have been so lucky to teach with her, to do
mm.
all sorts of lives. We've done so many lives together, right?
I
It
know. I
it's
know.
so much fun and it's so
Oh,
beautiful, and your connection is just stunning. Your connection with
oh,
spirit,
thank you.
I absolutely love that. So,
Oh,
okay, let me just throw this out. KB2390 says, I don't have a crystal question, don't know much
okay.
about Reiki, but I have had my first Reiki appointment. Why do you twitch? Why do you twitch through it? My legs would jerk. Oh, what does that
So,
mean? I'm very green
s-
on this. Great
no,
question.
who is this? What is it? KB?
KB 2390.
Hi, KB 2390. What's going on? So every Reiki session is different. The thing with Reiki is it really is a way for you to energetically release blockages that you might be holding on to physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and also through all of your chakras. So you can have many different sensations. I actually tell my clients to go into it with no expectations other than to just receive, and because some people really feel some sensations very intensely and some people may not. I remember the first Reiki session that I had, I thought I was a Reiki loser because I absolutely felt nothing. And there are some certain Reiki masters or practitioners that you work with that you might really have a different experience. So just because you had this as your first experience doesn't mean that you wouldn't perhaps connect with another one and have a completely different one, right? But
Yeah.
I don't like to label like, oh, you feel heat and it's this, or oh, you feel
Yeah.
cold, or oh, you're twitching. That's just an indication that the Reiki energy is activated. But if
Mhm.
you don't have that, that's completely okay too. That would really be more of a question for your Reiki practitioner or your Reiki master, because they might say to you, you know what? When I do Reiki and when I notice that people twitch, they're really releasing a lot of grief, right? Like they might have their own spiritual way of how they read that reaction. So I can't necessarily say that, like, I'm giving you more of a general overview. But you can ask, like, hey, I noticed twitching. And they may say, yeah, whenever I see twitching, I really associate it. Again, it could just be like with intense, grief or loss that you're going through. Like I had a Reiki master that I worked with, and every time she worked on people, she would sometimes feel a lot of heat, or they would feel a lot of heat. And she really associated that to letting go in their crown. So there's all these different little indications, but it's just really a bigger sign that the Reiki energy was activated and helping you to release.
So
Yeah.
that's great. And by the way,
Yeah.
that was Carlene that was there. Are just throwing this out
Mhm.
because she also mentioned she'd love a reading.
Yeah.
Are you getting anything about her? Is there an area of your life that you'd like some clarity on, Carlene? Or since we're talking to you, might as well just continue on with that. What are your
Okay.
thoughts, Carlene?
Let me actually I'm gonna activate a little bit of Reiki energy. Hold on.
That's so beautiful. Mm, beautiful.
I feel like Carlene right now, especially, I'm getting a lot of energy in the third eye. I feel like you're on this journey of trust. Like, I think that you've been building this like vision for yourself for quite some time. You've put in a lot of work, and now it's almost like putting it into motion and really trusting in the follow through. And so I feel like right now is a really good indication for you to be in this space of like, even working with some third eye crystals or doing, I actually have, funny enough, again, not to like selfishly plug, but I do have a third eye meditation. I know Reiki, Lauri has so many amazing meditations. The Ganesh one is my favorite. I love your voice. But you know, I really feel like right now you've been building this vision, and like this year, like my word for you is trust. Trust in it, because that's going to help you to continue in the fall through, because it's going to happen and you've had it building and planting the seed for quite some time. That's definitely something I'm sensing for you. Let me know how that resonates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you're
Carlene
feeling, Lori?
Carlene is actually she's on Instagram, just so you
Oh,
know.
cool.
Yeah. It's so interesting because yeah, I feel like that she's getting ready for something. Like
Mm,
I'm feeling like when I tap into her energy, I feel like I'm getting ready for something. And
mm,
it's like, yeah, she so when I asked is there any area of your life or whatever, she says anything you're picking up, my heart is racing really hard right now. So
oh,
bless
oh,
her
wow. Oh,
heart.
hold on. I just played something. I was trying to go to the Instagram. I played that. Sorry. Whoopsie. Hopefully, I
Uh,
didn't hear
it's
that.
all good, all good.
You got this, though, Carlene. You got this. You've been putting in
Yeah.
the work for quite some time. So it's just
Yeah.
all about trust. You got this.
Yeah.
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 You're all good. Yep.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's it's like that whole thing when people say like, oh, just take a leap of faith and the universe will, catch you. It's like, yeah, but that's like sometimes like not really always easy to do. So you get to do this on your own pace, but like you've put in the seeds, you've put in the work, and like value that so much. And you've let go of a lot of, I don't want to say conditioned, but I think like you're like, I'm open. Like I'm not constricted anymore. Like I'm ready to just do this thing and follow through on it. So
Right.
yeah,
That's amazing. Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome. That's a really
yeah,
fantastic reading. I'm gonna leave it there for that because
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't feel like I'm supposed to say anything else. And you know me, I'll just keep talking. But for some reason, I feel like that we're supposed to leave it there. Isn't that
yeah,
interesting? So,
yeah,
Carlene, good luck. Report back on
yeah,
how you're doing.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so Autumn Sunrise would like a reading, and this is Amanda is her name.
Amanda. Okay.
So
I also have my cards too. I don't know where we're going in this.
that's
And
so
so,
funny.
okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm supposed to pull a card for her.
I feel a lot of energy around her heart chakra. Let me just see like what's going on here. Hold on. As you pull a card.
Yeah, beautiful. Hmm.
I'm happy for her. Go for it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, really interestingly, as you were smiling, I
Mm-hmm.
started smiling and then I pulled this card. I pulled it from the Shaman's Dream card, and this says Lost Compass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it says getting back to integrity. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're like out of integrity and you're like a
Mm-hmm.
bad person. It's not about that. So
Right.
just so you
Right.
know, right?
Yep.
What I'm getting for you, Amanda, is that you're finally tapping into God, I'm getting emotional. Oh my gosh. I feel like I want to cry.
Mm,
You're finally coming into who you're supposed to be.
yep.
You're finally resonating with yourself. I know that might sound strange, but you know, yeah, it's like, yeah, you're finally becoming who you're supposed to be in this world. Amanda, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I
Absolutely
I
amazing.
totally can resonate with that because when I was working on you, I don't know too if you've had a male figure that's passed on. It definitely came through this, helping you release some of this because I just like got to your heart and I got let go. And I think that you're letting go of a lot of heaviness that you once kind of perhaps like carried, and like now you're like nourishing yourself. You're like you're like gently nourishing yourself. It feels like this very like soft process, but it's coming back to like who you are in your heart, and it's like just coming back to like, what do I love about like me and my life again? What do I love about me and my life again? And the card that I pulled from my chakra and animal oracle deck was I look
Oh
beyond the
my
facade. Instincts, attention, links, and third eye. So you're looking on beyond the facade of that you weren't enough in the past, and that maybe like you didn't value yourself as highly as you are now, and you're letting that go. And that's really where like paying attention to your instincts, following through what feels good in your heart right now, and that's really the way. It's like a beautiful way back to nourishing of self. That's what I'm really sensing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, by the way, I want you to hold up. Do you have the thing
Oh
here
yeah.
for your animal? Oh my
Oh my
God.
god, I
You
don't.
guys, she created a deck of cards and they're animal cards, right? They're
Yes.
beautiful and
Animal and
they're
chakras. Yep.
right, animal chakra cards, right? Oh my gosh, amazing. So, if you want to reach out to her, what is your website, by the way?
My website is JessBeInspired.com.
Oh, okay.
Currently, I actually I would currently I'm actually out of card decks, but I'm
Oh,
looking to order more. I just am trying to expand and maybe have them on Amazon, so we'll see.
yeah.
But I'm
Okay.
currently out, but if you're curious, you can always just reach out to my website and email me, and then I can put you on a list once I get more in. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I know, you know how like whenever you are using cards, like we all have like 30 decks of cards. We all do. Right? And we all
I
just have a
have a
ton.
whole dresser
Right. Right. Exactly. Right.
dedicated to like where I put
I
them. Yeah.
know 2
Mhm.
people who are like your deck is the only deck that they can use. Now, I try to
Wow.
use all of the decks,
Yeah, because all the
but,
decks are awesome.
it's like
Yeah.
your deck is like, "Oh my gosh." So,
Thank
yeah,
you.
it's
Thank you.
divinely guided
Thank
is what
you.
that was about. So, I
5
love
years in the making, for
yeah,
sure, divinely guided, for
yeah,
sure, with
yeah.
a lot of patience and love.
Yeah, a lot of patience, right?
Yep,
Absolutely. Oh my gosh,
yep,
right? That would take I don't know if I could do that. Yeah, I know I
yeah.
wrote a book and I know I did certain things, but
You could
the
totally do it.
oh man, doing all of the cards, man. Wow,
You
that's
need
like a
a
labor of
team.
love.
That's like a whole team when you have the because that was like a team of artists, a graphic designer, like, that was like a it was like a trio
Yeah.
of 3 of us really working, and then knowing the business parts, how much do you order, what did
Yeah.
you I mean, all of that too was a whole labor of love, for sure.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so great. I love that.
yeah.
I love that. Love that. So we're not going in any order. Melinda thinks we skipped her.
Oh,
No, we
okay.
didn't skip you. We didn't
I
skip you.
can't for I don't think I can see the comments on my end on
Yeah.
Instagram, so I'm just
That's
following
okay.
your lead. Yeah,
That's okay. Oh, Amanda said she was following up and she said, I feel like I have finally awoken and I
yeah,
realize how blessed I am. I have a lot of people that have passed. Yeah.
yeah,
Sadly, the older we get, the more people we know that have passed. And I
100%.
don't mean to giggle about it, but it's true,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, mhm,
so both my parents
yeah.
are now on the other side and
Oh,
I mean
I'm so sorry.
it's just tough.
Yeah,
I I had one of the first things that how can I explain this? One of the very first things that ever happened to me where I knew that I had like in my adult life. I had
yeah,
weird stuff going on when I was a
yeah,
kid, right? But one of the
yeah.
very first things that happened to me when I was an adult, and this is 24 years ago, my father died, and I was so blessed to be in the room, right? My mom and I were both in the room, and he he passed, and I just knew that he was in the corner of the room. And so I looked
Mm.
up at him and my mom was freaking out, obviously. I mean, I'm not dissing her for that, of course, right?
Right, right.
But I looked up in the corner and I said, Dad, I've got this. I've got this. It's going to be
Mm,
okay. I'm going to take care of her, kind of thing. And it was so cool because I just knew, you know, and
mm.
that was the first real sort of tangible thing that I could ever
Mm.
feel. I mean, of course, there's several little weird things that happened up to my, so yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I love
so
that
okay,
though. It's
so we
so nice when it's somebody close to you, you know?
oh, right, right? And it feels
Mhm.
like and then when my mom passed away, um, 5 years ago, 5 years ago and change, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be interesting. I wonder what's gonna happen." Like,
Yeah.
I wonder what's
Yeah.
gonna be going on. And it took her 36 hours, and I was agonizing for those 36 hours because I thought to myself, well, why isn't she coming to me? I mean, she knows I'm a
Right.
medium. She knows I want to hear from her. 36 hours it took her to come to me. And I was like, oh my God, I was questioning it all. Jess, I was questioning, am I really a medium? I mean, I already been
Mm.
working as a medium. So I was
Right.
kind of like, oh my God. And then finally she came to me and she's always to my left now. She and my dad are
Mm.
always to my left. And she's the one that inspired me to teach, because she was a
Mm.
teacher. So she's always right here
Mm.
helping. It's extraordinary. So my point in telling you all of that is not you, but everybody that's listening.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's
And me
like,
too. I need to
yeah,
hear.
and you
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like even though they're not here in physical form, even though they're not here in physical form,
Mm.
it's just a different relationship. It's not like, yeah, it's just a different relationship. And now I can hear, because I was so lucky to have her for so long in my life, I can hear my mom talking in my head and it's her voice, because
Mm.
that's the way, so it's really kind of interesting. So, yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
It's so
But it's
beautiful.
just a change in the relationship, and if you look at it like that, it's not bad at all. I mean, well, it's not the same, obviously, but, I mean, it
Right.
creates a little bit easier it's a little bit easier to yeah, to
I think
anyway.
that that's really the best way to describe it
Yeah.
is the fact of, that it's just a change in relationship because I think about that quote of like energy can neither be created nor destroyed, it can only be transformed or
Yeah.
transferred. And
Yes.
so that's where I feel like it's just developing that different relationship. But a good friend of mine who has gone through a significant amount of grief as well,
Mhm.
at a pretty young age, because I would say that it's still sometimes being my age, I do feel a little isolated in the amount of grief that I've gone through.
Mhm.
But she said one of the best things, she goes, it still just doesn't make up for the physical loss. And
Oh,
I
of
think that's
course.
really important to honor both. So I love that you're saying that of like, it still is hard, but if we
Yeah.
can look at it as a change in relationship, that is so important. Sorry, my crystal
Yeah.
dropped. It's okay though.
Oh, no. Oh,
We're good. It's
don't
good.
break any
The big,
crystals. Oh my god.
it's a big, I swear to God, I think my crystals are indestructible because I'm such a clumsy person. Like my personal ones that like I drop them and they're like, we already know you and we already know we're going to work this out.
Well,
It's all
that's why
good.
they came to you. That's why they
Yeah.
came into your
Yep.
existence.
a hundred
I
percent. Yep.
love
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Okay, Melinda, it's your turn.
Yes.
So, what can we do
I'm gonna pull a card from
for
Melinda.
you, Melinda? Is there
I'm
an
gonna pull
area
two.
of your life, or is there some kind of, is there something going on that you like?
I'm getting from Melinda just one thing that's coming through. I just feel called. I was like, let me just pull these two cards. It was like, boom. I give myself permission, truth, opportunity, ladybug, and throat chakra. I feel like Melinda, you've probably maybe felt like luck hasn't been on your side, but I feel like things are starting to shift and things are going to start to change. Um, Especially around, I think, your birthday. I could be wrong, but I feel like, are you a Leo? Let me know. And so it feels like that this is the time. To really allow yourself the grace to know what's best for you. That's really also what the ladybug is, and being in your throat chakra is really just saying that like luck is on your side, things are shifting, but to take the power back and just be like, you know what? I'm embracing my power. I'm allowing myself to move forward, and my luck and things are shifting. And I got also here is I predict clairvoyance past lives. I think that and lemur third eye. There's a lot of shedding that I think in this healing journey that you've been on that you've had to, I don't want to say have to, but that you've gotten to let go of that was deeply within your roots and in your past. This feels like third eye, but also like root chakra energy. And so now it's like just painting the vision for yourself differently, painting the different, energy of what the future gets to look like, and knowing that it just gets to be on your own terms, and that it is again just knowing what's best for you. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
You know what's so fascinating about that?
I'm
The card
rolling
that
back just
I
to put,
picked.
my mom just got home, so hold on, she's so sweet.
Oh,
We moved in together, so let me just close
oh,
this
that's so
door
great.
really quick.
Well,
Yeah,
I
hold
gotta
on.
tell you, I'm gonna go ahead and give this reading because Melinda, what card I pulled for you was the knowledge card. Look how, first of all, look how beautiful the card is. I mean, I love it, love it, love
That's
it.
gorgeous.
I know, right? I mean,
I love that.
that's why I love doing cards
Mhm.
because it's really, to me, it's about the graphics.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's just whatever. Anyway,
100%.
what I'm getting for you, Melinda, is kind of along those same lines. I feel like that you are in a sort of position right now where there's power coming. It's like
Mm,
you're starting to understand your own power. You're starting to understand and you're starting to believe yourself. You
yes.
know, like trust yourself, you know?
Yep,
That's
yep.
really what I'm getting is that you're learning, and I don't know if it's your age or I don't know what it is, but you know how it does happen, right? It does happen. The
Yeah.
older we get, the more we really trust ourselves and we start to understand who we really are. And that's what I'm getting for you, Melinda, right?
Mm,
It's like
yeah.
um this knowledge, this like new knowledge, and I feel it coming in, and you tell me if you feel the same way, Jess. Like I feel like a okay, I'm gonna say it this way, but it's really strange to say it this way, like a shakeup in your crown
Mm,
chakra. Like I feel like in
mm,
your crown chakra, there's stuff that is like it's opening up really a
mm.
lot. I want to say sort of easier. And it's
Yeah.
coming into who you are. And it's like this knowledge. It's like this
Mhm.
divine knowledge. So Melinda, this is like incredible. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
It feels like a shift in faith. That's where I'm feeling that sense of that crown energy. Yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Yeah. A shift in
Yeah.
faith. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful.
Mhm.
Awesome. Awesome. So, love to you, Melinda. Good luck. Yay. It's so much, it's so exciting. Okay, and now we have Pamela. Um, I would really enjoy a reading. You ladies are awesome. That's
You're
awesome.
awesome,
That's
Pamela.
great.
You're
That's so
awesome.
nice, Pamela.
All right, Pamela. Give me
Now,
a
I
second,
gotta tell
Pamela.
you, I'm supposed to use an empowerment card. You know what? It's so funny. I am not into dinosaurs. I'm not into all that stuff. And it's not like I'm just not into them. It's not like I hate them or anything like
I
that.
don't know why, but I was not expecting for you to say dinosaurs. I don't know why, but I was like, that just went amazingly. Like, if you would have like asked me, like, what do I bet Lori's gonna say that she's not into? I wouldn't have said dinosaurs, and I love that so
Because
much.
guess what? I didn't mean dinosaurs. I meant to say dragons.
Maybe it's both. That's why I was like, dinosaurs. I was like, that's a cool deck that maybe I would be into. But then I'm like,
Oh
that's
my God.
hilarious. That's amazing.
So
Yeah.
goofy. Okay, so I'm not really into dragons. That's what I meant to say. I'm not into dinosaurs either, but I was told to choose Pamela. I was told to choose a card for you from the empowerment deck, and they are the reason why I said all of that was because there turns out to be that there's a lot of dragons on these cards, and I don't know why. But it doesn't matter. I was told to buy these cards. So there you go.
Yeah.
So the card I pulled for you is Destiny.
Aw,
Oh my
that's a
God, look at
beautiful
that.
card.
Oh, look, is that a dolphin?
That's a dolphin.
Oh,
Yep.
baby. Yeah, I love
Mm-hmm.
dolphins. You have a dolphin.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So this is what it says. It says, acknowledge your mission. Oh my gosh, Pamela, this is so amazing. Align with your purpose. You have gifts to share with the world. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
I mean, and I honestly kind of don't need to say much else because it
Yeah.
kind of says that, but I feel like that it makes you nervous
Mm.
I feel like that the idea
Mm.
of having spiritual gifts kind of makes you a little bit nervous. Okay.
Mm.
So this card, I feel like, is to try to help you to sort of open up your open up your heart. I feel like I want to tell you to do a heart chakra meditation, and I'm sure Jess
Mm.
has like 6,000 of them
I actually,
somewhere.
funny enough, only have one, and
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
it's so yeah. I only have one, and it was one of my first recordings, and it's not that it's bad, but it's just like I would have done it differently, looking
Yeah,
back in time. But it still gets good reviews, so check it out on
yeah,
Insight Timer.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But I would suggest, yeah, Pamela, maybe try a heart chakra meditation, because I really kind of feel like I really kind of feel like that that could really help with your trusting and with your surrendering to who you know you're
Mm,
supposed to be. That's really kind of what
mm.
I want to say about that. So, what do you
Yeah,
create?
I feel like I have the follow-up to that. So I create what best serves me, illusions, birth, spider, and sacral chakra. So I
Oh,
think the
oh,
like I think it's really asking yourself, what is the new webs that I can create for myself? And what are the old webs that like just like I've outgrown? Like I just feel like it's about like going forward. It's like fear, false evidence appearing real. That's something that David G, our teacher, and I think Awakened with Jamie was also on here, is also a teacher with David G. Hi Jamie, love you.
Jamie's on here.
I Yeah. Oh, awesome. Again, I'm like trying to, it's we I can't see it still in real
Yeah,
time,
I
so I
know it's
apologize.
okay.
So illusions and birth. And so I think it's about like birthing the new version of what it is that you want to create, and just thinking about, okay, like this is like the canvas. I've started to create the web, and the way to kind of make sure that you can continue to create that web is just like whenever you find those moments, because I always like to joke and say we can't just let it go like the Frozen song. So I feel like we can't just like let it go, but it's like just being like, hey, do I want to like, am I spinning this web and really where it is that I want to go? Or am I spinning this web into a direction that is of fear, that is of illusions? Because you're birthing something new. Because your next card was I rebirth, counsel and inspiration, root chakra, and leopard. You're really allowing yourself to be seen, but I don't know if you've allowed yourself to be seen for maybe quite some time. And but
Yeah.
now it feels like you get to do it in a way that feels safe with other people. So I would really highly recommend that you know get advice, like you are right now, from people that are inspiring you and telling you to like go for it, or people in your life who, what we say in David G, are in your front row. Like there is a time where you may not feel like you're being seen just yet, but you are going to know when is your time to be seen, because the leopard, they show their spots when they're ready. And then the shamanic culture, they literally are utilized, any type of cat, but leopard, jaguar, they are said to eat up the lower vibrations. And I feel like right now you're doing that with your creativity and what you're putting forth and the web. And it's almost like this seed that's been put in the soil that has yet to come to grow. So the seed has been planted and it's ready now, just starting to have its sprouts, and you're starting to just see a little bit of the growth. That's what I'm
Oh
sensing.
gosh, Pamela, that's extraordinary. That's
Yeah.
extraordinary. Coming into who you know you're supposed to be. Oh my
Yep.
gosh. That
Yes.
there's nothing so exciting as that. And you know what? It's so funny because I remember, and I'm sure you do too, when you really started getting into this, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
all these things started happening, and like in your literally your mind, your body, your soul, all of it, all of these things start happening, and it was so exciting. And then yeah, just realizing it all is so extraordinary. So Pamela, the best to you, the
Can
best to you.
we can we go to, because I can't, it's I see BB.
Baby.
Or I don't know. She said,
Yeah.
she said it a while ago that she wanted a reading, and I don't know. She's just, I've seen her on this stream, and I just feel called. If that's,
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, no, she just posted, so she's here.
Oh, she's okay. Cool,
Yeah.
awesome. I feel called to pull something for BB.
Oh,
I
you're
feel like
welcome, Pamela. Yay.
I feel like BB. It's all about getting to the heart. Ooh,
BB
big
is very
chill here
connected.
much. Yes, BB is an amazing healer. Shout out to BB. If you're not following BB, she is a singer. I mean, she channels as she sings. So she
Oh,
basically channels messages as she sings. We did this amazing winter solstice event, and like literally she has the voice of an angel, but she
oh,
plays the bowls and sings, and she's just a fantastic healer. So definitely follow BB. She also has some of her own songs on Spotify, I believe. I could be wrong, but I
oh, that's
just,
so
shout out to
great.
BB. But I feel like what I'm sensing for you, BB, is coming from the crown, then working your way down. Typically, I say working from the root and going up, but there was this awesome new um, energetic approach that I learned as I was teaching this chakra channeling course that I offered, about crown chakra conscious mapping, and it was really cool. And so it actually brings you from the top back down. And what I got was like, for you right now is like, what do you love about your dream? Coming back to what you love about your dream.
Yeah.
like, it's really interesting when you shift from being a spiritual entrepreneur to then, from going to just like having this be your practice. And it can be sometimes, just speaking personally, I might be projecting a little bit, overwhelming, because then you're starting to look at it as not just your practice, but like also like how you can monetize, how you can grow it, how you can build it, how you can have that connective tissue. And so just come back to what you love about your dream, and even what you love about it now, not even what you loved about it in the past. And it's really interesting because I know that BB's dad has ascended, and he is so with you, helping you, and so in your front row big time. And so, interesting enough, I got this: my creativity awaits, imagination, seal, and sacral chakra. And it is it is just such a great time to come back to that place of imagination and flow, and know that spirit, your dad, everybody is leading you in that space of it being a sense of flow and a sense of grace and ease, working even within the water element right now. And yeah, that's really it. Like, why do I love my dream at this time? Yeah.
Mm. Oh, I love that. And again, you know what? I swear to God, it's so much fun. This, the card I pulled before Jess even started talking goes right in with that. Okay. So I pulled this card. Look at this, it's a deep diver, and it says diving into a task. This is from the shamanic
Oh my
dreams.
god, they look so like
I
so
know, right?
different but so similar.
Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy
Love you
cool?
too,
I
babe.
love that.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. What I'm getting for you, first of all, I'm seeing a lady with you, number one. Okay. And I
Mm.
feel like that she might be either a new-ish guide for you. And I
Mm.
feel like, and it's really weird that that I'm seeing her as sort of kind of as kind of like a mermaid.
Yeah.
Kind of like a
Yeah.
mermaid, I'm seeing it like that, and I just feel like that she is here to help build your confidence, because the as far as like seeing this card, the deep diver,
Mm.
I feel like that I'm supposed to talk about you not being afraid to move on to the next task. You know what I mean? And like
Mm.
move forward. Like
Yeah.
like yeah, it's fantastic. Everything Jess said that you're up to, which is super exciting. Don't be afraid to like move on and do something else. And I don't mean
Yeah.
something else completely different, like, become a
Mhm.
contractor or something. I mean, just like follow your intuition,
Mhm.
keep going back to your gut instinct, to your
Mm.
intuition in your solar plexus, because that is where for you your power is. Okay.
Mm.
And I feel like that this lady, first of all, she's so freaking cool. She's like really awesome, but yet she's very sweet. And I swear to you, I'm seeing her as like, and it's almost like I wish you could be in my head for like 30 seconds because she's like here, and it's like she's standing here, but she's underwater and she's moving her tail. It's like, I don't
I
know.
love it. I love
Don't
it.
know what that's about, but it's really, really cool. So, yeah, so I just wanted to throw that out to you, and just
Mm.
work on, ask, create an intention surrounding allowing yourself um to jump in to your confidence, okay,
Mm.
and be at ease with your self-esteem. And it's
I love
hard.
that.
It is hard because you put, especially singers, because I used to be a singer, I get that. You put
Mm.
so much of yourself into the channeling of the beautiful sounds. I'm sure that I can't wait to follow you so I can hear your stuff, right? But
Yeah.
it's
You're
like,
gonna love her. Yeah.
I mean, oh my gosh. And it's just like you put so much into it, it becomes like a baby,
Mm.
like your songs are your babies,
Mhm.
And so I fully feel like I empathize with, and I'm not saying that you don't have any confidence or you don't have any self-esteem. That's not it. But I feel like that sometimes you might struggle with that a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's all going to be good. It's all going to be
Mm.
good. Keep moving forward. Much love,
Yes.
BB.
Yes.
Good luck to you. Oh, that's so
Yes.
great. Oh, wow. Look, she says, I appreciate this so much, ladies. Wow. Chills, tears, so resonant with everything. Oh, that's great. Good.
Mm. Love you, BB.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we probably have time for one more. There's
Yeah. Perfect.
Dave B.
It's so funny, that's who I was looking at too,
Oh, that's
Dave
so
B.
neat. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
because again, I'm seeing it here on the Restream Studio, and I'm like, "Dave B."
Well, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do Dave B, and then let's do one more for Jamie because I forgot that I wanted to give her a reading too.
Okay,
So
okay,
hopefully
you
Jamie's
got it.
still there.
Yeah, and if you want to too, I don't mind pulling for Dave B if you wanna pull for Jamie and add too. If you wanna do
No,
like
go
that
ahead. We're,
too.
we're
Yeah,
good. Go ahead
okay,
for Dave. We'll just
okay.
pull. We'll both pull for Dave, and we'll both pull for Jamie. So do Dave first.
So sure. So for Dave, I got this. I carry hope, light, new beginnings. This couldn't be better. Dragonfly and sacral chakra. I feel like I hear you where you're saying you've been feeling kind of low, but also like just coming through is just like a lot of heaviness. It feels like a lot of exhaustion, a lot of burnout. I'm not really quite sure what you do for work or where that direction is going, but I just feel like there's a lot of energy that like just feels like you're just keeping up, like your head is just trending above water like constantly. Like that's what it really feels like. And so I carry hope. So I love this because new beginnings and light. I think that a lot of us also collectively have felt like that the first like 2 months or so of this year. I think that we went into 2024 kind of like this is going to be great. And then we've kind of been like just a little disconnected. And I feel like with the spring equinox and now moving into Aries season, which I believe is on the 21st as the official start date, we're going to have a different sense of fire. And so I would really say for you, Dave, what to really balance some of this energy right now is going towards the things that feel light whenever you can. So whether that is that you binge out on a favorite TV show, you know, if you have like a moment or an hour of your day, whether that's you decide to meditate, whether that's you decide to go take a walk in Mother Nature, just trying to create some of these gem moments that feel light to kind of offset this heaviness, I think would really benefit you right now because it just feels like an exertion of energy that you just don't have. And I think that it's about not about just being like, all right, I'm just going to get out there and do it and know it. I think it's really about just saying, like, okay, how are the things that I can do now that help me to feel hope? You know, what is bringing me hope? I love this whole phrase. And this is a really powerful meditation that I recorded. That's 5 minutes that Jamie knows this one just for today. It's the Reiki principles. The Reiki principles are just for today, do not anger. Just for today, do not worry. Just for today, be grateful for every living, for every living thing. Just for today, be kind to every living thing. Like there is a whole beautiful principle here of just for today. So I would say for you, what is your just for today? And it might just be just for today, I'm going to try to smile more. Just for today, I'm going to stop and pet a dog. Just for today, I'm going to allow, I know, but like, I think it's about, I feel like the exhaustion, the burnout is so real for you, Dave, that it's like just like starting to like go towards the lights, just going towards the things slowly that feel light. And eventually that snowball and that effect will kick in, if that makes any sense.
Oh, that's I love that. That's such a great reading, and it for me it feels really good for him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, interestingly, I'm going to take a step further with that. Okay, Dave, you ready?
Hmm.
Okay, so this one I pulled, this is from the empowerment deck and I pulled confidence, right? So
Mm,
let me read what the confidence thing says. It says be bold. Rise
mm,
up and stand tall. Feel the fire in your soul. So, here's what I'm supposed to say about that because I actually pulled two cards for you. Okay. So, I pulled the confidence card, but I
mm.
also pulled the water spirit, which is manifesting dreams. Okay. Which I
Ooh,
love this card. I love
that's
this card.
beautiful. I want to live there.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
Seriously. Oh my gosh. Here's the thing. I really feel like I'm really supposed to tell you, Dave, to not be sort of afraid to to take some time for yourself. Okay?
Mm,
Because in doing that, like Jess was talking about, binge watch a show that you love or something like that. Take some time for yourself, okay? Because it's okay to be human. Like we're all like
mm,
trying to be all big and we're trying to be all spiritual and stuff all the time. But the thing is, we also we're having a human experience, right?
right.
So allow yourself to to relax just for a bit, okay?
Mm,
Because then we move into the manifesting dreams. And this to me talks about raising your vibration. And how do we do that? Okay. Being bold, taking any sort of action towards some kind of goal that you have, an intention that you create. But what I want to say is turn on some music and dance, in a
Mm.
room, maybe where there's nobody around. Who cares? Right. I'm the type of person I will put, oh my God, I put my headphones on in the grocery store the other day. I mean, people must have been looking at me like I was nut. I had the best music on. I have been obsessed lately with the old Van Halen song Right Now. Because it's like
Yeah.
about being in the present moment. It's about
Yeah.
being in the present moment. And I was like, I'm here. I am right here, right now. Right. So I am
Hmm.
dancing, literally dancing in the grocery store. And I thought to myself, somebody's going to see me that knows me.
Yep. Yep.
Somebody's going to see me that knows me. And this is not going to
Hmm.
be good. But it,
It's gonna be great. It's just another
but
message for them. Yeah.
that raises my vibration when I do stuff like
Hmm.
that. Raises mine. Find what raises yours.
A
And it's
hundred
there,
percent.
even if it's something silly like I don't know, playing the piano or
Hmm.
it doesn't have to be music related. It could be like something, well, like she was saying,
Yeah.
watching your favorite show, or something like that.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
I just wish you the best because it's right there. I feel like it's right there for you. And it's just like,
Hmm.
it's like we just want to open that box and let the butterflies fly out. That's what I feel.
Yes.
So
100%.
yeah.
hundred
It was,
percent.
that was fun. That was I enjoyed reading for you, Dave. I hope that was
Yeah.
good.
Thank you, Dave. Thank
Yes,
you.
and I hope you feel better. Hope you feel
Yes.
better. Okay, so last but not least is Jamie.
Jamie.
Jamie Cipriani. We
We
love
love Jamie.
you.
Awakened with Jamie. Everybody follow this beautiful soul. She did Reiki level 1 and 2 with me, and also is a certified David G Masters of Wisdom meditation teacher and deeper still.
Oh,
So
she
Jamie
did
is
deeper
kind of
still.
she did
Wow,
deeper still. I- we both know, we're like, yeah, we're like,
that
wow,
is a
okay.
lot of work, you guys. You guys don't
Yeah, it's
like
a lot.
kind of maybe not know, but that's a lot of work. Oh
Yep.
my gosh. Can I just jump first because I'm
I
dying?
I was about to say to you, please go first for Jamie. How funny is that? I was like,
Oh
please
my
go
gosh.
first. Yes.
You know what? That's why I love doing lives with you, Jess, because we're so like insane. Okay, so Jamie, this
Yeah.
is like so cool. All right, look at this. It says magician sword and it says confidence in your magic. Okay.
Heck yes.
All right. So the message here, Jamie, is for you to um start to, and it's so funny because it seems like sort of the theme for this is like building their confidence and that
Hmm.
sort of thing. But it's not like I don't think that you wait, I got to say this right. It's not like I think you don't have confidence, but I feel like that there's like and tell me if I'm right or wrong, Jamie. Like I feel like it's kind of like there's so many options,
Hmm.
and it's like I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do that. And there's like so much that you're interested in. It's like, so what should I do next? Like what should I do? How should I move forward in this, right? So that being said, um I want to talk to you about going into doing a solar plexus meditation is what I really feel like. Doing a solar plexus meditation and going deep, deep in. Um,
Mm.
it feels to me like, and you're, that's the only thing I want to say. I think I'm supposed to cut it off there. Actually, I think I'm supposed to cut it off there. So go ahead, Jess.
Well, it's so, I mean, I trust in my dreams, desires, visions, lizard, and third eye. And I think that by coming inwards, that's going to help you to shed some of those layers, right? In the sense of the lizards, they shed their skin like snakes. And so I think that it's shedding the conditions of how things have to look in moving forward and just coming in and trusting your gut. And I would say just go for everything and see what sticks. Be like, boom, 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 boom. And like, and just, and in the sense of like coming into the solar plexus and knowing that, and then really trusting in it and going forward. Because it's, I choose to know is the next, declare clear cognizance, tiger, and third eye. I think, the whole thing is I see that you're going to be such a light for people this year. The thing with the tiger is that they love to look up at the full moon because it reminds them of the light even in the dark. And I mean, just having Jamie personally as my friend, she's totally that person and the light for me. But I think that she's going to really kind of expand and do that for other people so that they can trust in themselves. And so there's going to be this beautiful synergy of coming inward, exactly what Lauri said, coming into the solar plexus, then shedding some of those conditions of how things have to be and just seeing what sticks, just seeing what sticks. And then you're going to really kind of be able to be this light. And it's going to be this reflection, beautiful mirror moment of, oh my God, I'm really helping other people, and other people are actually really helping me, to remind me of that I get to choose to know that I'm ready to do this. Yeah.
And I keep hearing 2 months. And I'm not
Mm.
exactly 100% sure why I'm hearing 2 months, but I'm hearing 2 months, 2 months, 2 months. So I'm kind of thinking, Jamie, that like I'm kind of feeling like April's going to be kind of a big month for you. Yay!
Mm.
Kind of
Jamie's
thinking,
feeling on fire. I know that she's like excited to get the fire started. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I
Hmm.
love it. I love it. And good luck to you, Jamie. We love you. That's so great. So
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
So,
Mm.
Jess, tell
Yeah.
us what you have coming up next. Where can people
Totally.
find you? The whole thing.
So I'm really excited. I actually just did a post about it today. Anybody who is curious, I am doing an online event with my dear friend Amber. Her handle is Align with Amber, and she is a trauma informed yoga teacher. She's also a Reiki practitioner as well with me, but she doesn't even, it's like beyond yoga. It's like this trauma informed meditative movement experience. And so we're going to actually do it on the 21st. The investment is only $33. I say that because it's going to be like jam packed with Reiki, trauma informed movement meditation, also personalized affirmations, so many different modalities. So that's going to be this Thursday. Highly recommend that. Also, too, you can always catch me on Insight Timer or any of my meditations. And if you're local to South Florida, I do have an event on Saturday evening, which is breaking down the whole astrological new year that we are setting into. That will be at Dandelight Studio. And yeah, just follow me here on Instagram and connect with me and just vibe out. That's pretty
Awesome.
like much it. Yeah. I'll have some other cool stuff that I'm launching here soon, but those are the main things that I can at least remember. Yeah.
Right. I know, because this is that time of year when we all start, oh, hey,
Yeah, let's do
I
some
love
stuff.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I do this show, everybody. I do this show every Monday night. It's Conversations with Spirit featuring spiritual medium Lauri Albert, but I always have guests. And
Mm.
Jess is one of my first guests and one of my favorite
Aw,
guests because
aw.
we're just there's just such beautiful energy that comes out. I mean, you're just such a beautiful soul, and I'm just so honored that you are here with me. So
Thank
thank you
you.
so
Thank
much for
you.
being here.
Thank you. What do you have, Lori? Just because if people want to know, because I know
Oh
you have
my
a lot
God.
going on.
Oh, check this out. You know what I started doing? This is so fun. I started doing, it's called Morning Mojo. Okay. So if you go to
Ooh,
my website, which is laurialbert.com, and the pop-up will come up and it'll say, do you want to do the Morning Mojo? And basically what Morning Mojo is that like I send an email out every morning with, it's just a quick email, and it's easy. You read it and dump it. It's fine. you know, it's just a quick affirmation or quote or song lyrics or whatever it is to
yeah.
get your day started. And it's just it, and you get an email every day from me. So yay, fun times.
And you also have a manifesting journal that is like the brightest and funnest thing. I actually have it up here. I don't know. It's like somewhere in all of my books, but I do have it up
Well,
here.
I have it. I
But
of course have
yeah,
it right here. It's my book,
perfect. Look
Manifestation
at how
Journal
much
for
fun that
Beginners.
is. And this is the perfect time. Start now with the spring equinox and the astrological start of the year. That's the perfect like way to start. Yeah.
People are starting to really understand the how do I want to say this? People are starting to really understand the okay, I'm going to use this word, the legitimacy of
Mhm.
manifesting what they
Yep.
love, manifesting their intentions. And
Mhm.
I don't, the thing, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it this way, but the thing I love about my book is that I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not one of those people that says, just think good thoughts and you're going to have $1 million tomorrow. It
Right.
doesn't work like that. There's work involved. And this is why I was
Yes.
talking to Dave about it. It's like, and I'm sorry, David, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but it's like, it's just, there's work involved. You can have everything you want. Do you know that I have manifested health? Okay. I'm not going to
Mm,
go into my story, but I have manifested health. And
mm,
that was really, really big. I manifested a new car for myself. Now, it wasn't free because I didn't
right,
want it to be free. You have to, this is
right,
my point. Manifestation isn't just about getting stuff for free.
right.
It's not about, there's work involved, and there's mental things that you need to reframe your thoughts and all of that kind of stuff. But anyway,
Hmm.
sorry, once I get started, I can keep going on with
That's why
manifestation.
you created a journal. It's
Yeah, I
perfect.
know, that's right.
Yes.
That's why I did a journal. But at any rate, I've got all kinds. I have a development circle happening right now on Saturday mornings. If anybody, just go to my events page. I'm live a lot.
Yeah, you are,
I'm a
which is awesome.
I know, and you are too. You do lives all the time
Yeah,
too.
I'm coming back. I was live a lot, and now I moved. A lot of different things happened, so now I'm like kind of starting to get back to my flow.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Good.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Jess, this was such a pleasure, and I'm just
Thank you
so
everyone who
honored that
joined.
you came and that we got to do this together. So, thank
Thank you
you
so
everybody
much.
for coming,
Thank you for
and
having me. I
have
love
a
you,
great
Lori.
night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.